Who is Grandpa Yang? One day, Xiaojie's grandfather asked him if he could help him find a grandfather surnamed Yang on the construction site and tell him not to forget tonight's appointment. But Xiaojie is very puzzled. How should he find Grandpa Yang? Grandpa told Xiaojie that Grandpa Yang is an engineer and he's very easy to recognize. The most forgetful person with a forever red face is him. Xiaojie thinks that Grandpa Yang is probably a person who loves drinking and is forgetful just like his grandfather. Xiaojie arrived at the construction site and saw someone scratching his head as if searching for something ahead. He thought he must be Grandpa Yang, so he shouted, "Grandpa Yang!" The person turned around and found out that he was an uncle that Xiaojie knew. He was an ordinary worker on the construction site. He told Xiaojie that Grandpa Yang was having a meeting for the interns and he could find him by walking straight ahead. The most imposing people was him. Xiaojie thinks Grandpa Yang must be a very serious teacher. As he walked forward, he suddenly saw a person holding a blueprint and talking to a few people next to the construction site. He thought he must be Grandpa Yang, so he shouted again, "Grandpa Yang!" The person walked up to Xiaojie and told him that he was a subordinate of Grandpa Yang. Grandpa Yang had just been called to the office because there was a problem with a blueprint. He asked Xiaojie to continue walking forward and to find Grandpa Yang. The most picky person is him. Xiaojie continued walking forward, thinking that Grandpa Yang must be a very wonderful person. He walked up to a house, and through the open window, he saw someone who seemed to be very angrily telling something to the person sitting down below. He thought he must be Grandpa Yang. After the door opened, a person walked out and told Xiaojie that none of the people inside were Grandpa Yang. They were his colleagues. This person told Xiaojie that Grandpa Yang had gone to inspect the construction site and asked Xiaojie to keep moving forward. The most serious person was him. Xiaojie walked forward and saw someone directing the work on the construction site. He thought he must be Grandpa Yang, so he wanted to find him. At this moment, a person walked over and told Xiaojie that a big house was being built here and it was very dangerous to run around. Xiaojie told her that he wanted to find Grandpa Yang. His grandfather told him that Grandpa Yang is an engineer here. This person told Xiaojie that Grandpa Yang had gone to the building in front for inspection and asked him to wait here for a while. He would come out soon, and the most hard-working person was Grandpa Yang. Xiaojie finally found out that she was Grandpa Yang's boss, and the person just now was not Grandpa Yang either. After waiting for a while, Xiaojie saw someone coming out of the building and carefully inspecting the door. He thinks this must be Grandpa Yang, so he shouted loudly, "Grandpa Yang!" The person walked over and turned out to be a young intern. He told Xiaojie that this place was very dangerous and he couldn't run around here. Xiaojie told him he wanted to find Grandpa Yang. The intern told Xiaojie that Grandpa Yang will be out soon and he is currently leading everyone to do the final inspection. The kindest person is him. Xiaojie waited for a moment and a group of people came out of the building. Xiaojie wondered why there are so many Grandpa Yang and who exactly is he. The group of people quickly left and Xiaojie returned home dejected. Although he followed everyone's description and found many Grandpa Yang, he finally couldn't find who Grandpa Yang he was really looking for. After returning home, Xiaojie was very disappointed and told his grandfather that he had not found Grandpa Yang. Grandpa smiled and told him, "Look behind you." And then he realized that Grandpa Yang had already arrived at his house. It turned out to be one of the people who had just walked out. Xiaojie realized that he was Grandpa Yang. Who is Grandpa Yang? There are many Grandpa Yang, and there is only one Grandpa Yang. Every Grandpa Yang that Xiaojie meets is actually the real Grandpa Yang, and there are different people with different impressions of the real Grandpa Yang in his work. They are not entirely the real Grandpa Yang, because Grandpa Yang is not determined by individual impressions. He is not only a powerful engineer, but also a kind teacher, a diligent subordinate, a picky boss, a serious colleague, a forgetful friend of Xiaojie's grandpa, and an ordinary old man who loves to drink a little wine.